Good morning, everybody. This is Kathy, and I am here to show you what I have left from How to Kill a Kit with Style for July. I was out, well, I didn't get much done, but I am pleased with the layouts I did. I have lots more Christmas photos of my grandkids to do. So I will be putting almost everything back in my stash because I had quite a bit with this collection. So I'm going to start off with the paper I have left. I did take a couple cardstock pieces out of my stash, my collection, to use with these papers. I love using scraps, so I will sometime do a layout on how to use your scraps so you don't have to waste it and throw it away. I haven't been feeling the best lately, so I will get that up on my channel. I cut off the strips at the bottom of your page. So here's the strip that I'm going to keep. And then these are just a couple of little pieces too. And I was going to use this 4x6 piece in a pocket page, but I ended up cutting 2, so I will keep that. And here's a sheet. And I have this in here, I guess, for the color, but I never did use it. But here's a couple more little strips. Put those together. And then I was fussy cutting these out, so I'll keep that. And then I used the outside of this on a layout, so I kept these so I could fussy cut them. And here's another piece of that from Pink Fresh. I love that. And I like the stars, but I love this. So I'm going to keep that. And here's the string of lights. And I love the pink. I love both sizes. And here's the strip. Okay, these trees, I used like a piece of this on a layout. And I usually fussy cut these trees out. And here's one from Snow and Cocoa. I have 2 lines mixed together. The Snow and Cocoa crepe paper and then the Pink Fresh. But there's the back side. Okay, this one is from Pink Fresh. I love the colors. It went really good with some of my grandkids' outfits. So I have these little pieces. And there's a couple trees I can cut. And here's a little scrap. And here's a bottom strip off of Sweater Weather paper from American Crafts. So, and some solid pieces. White. And then here's some solid that I threw in for a background. And then there's this one. And that is all the paper I have left. So the embellishments, I have quite a bit left. I'm going to go pretty fast on this. I used this whole sheet, but 4 presents. I used a couple of these. I only used a couple of these stars. I don't know if I used any of these or not. Or if it's just the same. I used one of these. I didn't use any of these. I'm hoarding these. I didn't use any of these. This stuck to something else. Let's see here. I used quite a bit of these. They were fun to use. And these I didn't use, but these I did, and then there's some cut up here on the back. I used mostly all of these from Hip Kit to match the Snow and Cocoa line. And then I used a few of these. None of these bags were used. I was really pumped up. I wanted to use a lot of these, but didn't get it done. And the sheet is still all new. I did pull these stars from the chipboard, and that looks like it. And I used a lot of, well, not a lot of these over here I used up. And I used a lot of these. And I love these little, like you could tuck them, or yeah, I used quite a bit of those. So those are the bigger embellishments. I think I used a couple of these. I used all of these on a layout, so I could throw that away. And the frames, I might have used a couple of these, and I didn't use these. I didn't use any of those, but I did use a few of these. I used a few of the enamel dots, and I used some of the ephemera. I did use a lot of the Snow and Cocoa ephemera. Like, there's only like little pieces left. I used quite a bit of the washi tape from Snow and Cocoa. Hip Kit made this to match it. And then I used some of the washi and some of these. So, and here are some more of, like, I cut out the 3x4 cards and just stuck them in here. I used a few of these. And then this is from the paper that you can cut out the little squares. And I used a few of these. I did use a lot of my 3x4 cards. So that is what I have left. I still have quite a bit. I mostly use paper and on my kit. Okay, now I'm going to show you the layouts that I have done for July. This one I did last night. I was sitting here and for a little bit, and so I don't know if you could see it really clear with the plastic, but I could take out each one. I need to journal there, but that's Braxton opening up a present. So this page is for Braxton. And then these are two of the 3x4 cards, and I just put a strip on the back so that I could put them together. And I used like some of the tags, and I got out my Hip Kit letter alphabet, and so I just kind of I used a circle and I cut it and I put the other part up there. And here I just, all his pictures are looking to the right, so that's why I decided to do this. I'm going to try and do a page on the right side of more photos, maybe facing to the left. Here I just make, it says making a list, and I wrote some of the stuff that he wished for and put the trees down here on the bottom. And then here's a card. I'm going to put the year here, and I pop dotted and fussy cut some of the hearts out and used some of the ephemera. Okay, and this one here, I put another piece of paper on the back and just combine the photo and this card with it. So I think this one turned out really cute. I love how it turned out, the colors. Okay, there's that one. Okay, here's the layout of Briley. And I didn't do any journaling, but I labeled some of those, the tabs and the labels there. And then I just kind of put strips of paper across, and then I used that tree paper as she's opening up Doc McStuffins, so that's what I named it. It's her favorite. And then I put a few of those buttons down on the bottom. So here's that one. The next one, I did got my oxide inks out, and I did some mixed media on the background. And then here I fussy cut it, the trees out from the 3x4 cards. And then I had a die cut of a tree I put there. And then I used some of the stickers of the trees and labeled, or just combined them with that tree. And I kind of layered them all. And then I put the 25th over on top. And this is Briley when she was a year old, opening up her presents. So there's that one. Okay, I have done this design several times. I love just the little strip here with 2 colors. And I used a white cardstock. On here I used a lot of the ephemera pieces of the tree and presents. Used some of the washi tape over here. And then I used it like a ticket up here. And then I put Be Merry. And then I tucked a tag, tucked one here. And I love how this one turned out. And I used some of the sequins. This one, I used the Snow and Cocoa line. And I did use one of the frames and 3x4 cards. And up here I used some washi tape and some of the word. And then I stapled a couple of the tags here. And then I did a little embellishment cluster here with the puffy stickers. And then I just cut a couple strips down. And then I put that down. I love how this one turned out too. You could see all of her makeup on her face. Okay, here's one of both Braxton and Briley when they were little. It's 3 years ago. Again, I used some scraps of paper that I had, and I just tucked them in to where you could just see a little bit. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scraps of paper on this one. And then I used a lot of the stickers. I used that flag and the tab. And up here, I used a little label sticker and a little I can't think of what that is, but I used some enamel dots and stars. Down here, I used quite a bit of that tree and present sticker sheet and just lined them up on the bottom, and then I journaled. So here's this one. I love how this one turned out. This one, I used some of my vellum that I had, and then I cut some paper into little pennants and used the stars and another circle item. And then this was from one of the Pink Fresh papers that you can cut out. And then I did a border and a little cluster here with the stars and the Time for Magic. And I journaled down here and put a house there. I love this one too. Favorite present. Okay, this one is Lane and Lily. And this is where I used all of those numbers on the little squares and circles. And I still need to journal here. I used some 3x4 cards. I used 2 of them there just to mount put behind my photo. And then Christmas countdown. And I put a couple trees there. And I love my mixed media. And then I backed it on a cardstock. I love this one too. Okay, this one, I cut out the center of this one. And I backed it in black. And then on top of it, I used this with all the words. And then I backed it with red to make it pop. Up here, I used a tag, and I used a 3x4 card and cut out Happy Holidays. And fussy cut the tree out, and then I just went down, clustered around my photo, all these little squares and labels, and I pop dotted a tree. And then I thought this little bear matched his little jammies. So here's this one. I love how this one turned out. Gives it a different pop with the black. Okay, the next one is of Lane opening presents. And this is from Snow and Cocoa and Pink Fresh. And then I used scraps of, well, this was a 3x4 card, I think. And I just cut it up into 2 pieces. I used another frame, and you're on the nice list. And I did use stars and sequins. And here's another 3x4 card that I tucked. And I love how this one turned out. I love all the colors. This one, I used quite a bit of the strips, the washi tape, all different sizes. And I just stripped them across there, put my photo on the side, and here's one of these little things. I used a lot of the puffy stickers, the snowman, and there's another one of these. And I love how it's cold outside is all in the background, mounted on pink. I love how this one turned out. Okay, this one I used the vertical photos down the side, and then used a lot of my scraps again of little pieces of paper that I just tucked, and then just build up some presents down here. Use the Happy Holiday stickers and put the year on here, and then over to the side I use more strips, and I use the chipboard stars, and I use washi tape. And then I outlined it in green and red. I don't know if you can see that. And I used splatters. I love how this one turned out too. It's different. Okay, this one was one of my first ones that I've done. I fussy cut a round scallop here, and I used 2 strips of paper. And then out of scraps that I had of this paper line, I cut out some trees. And then I put photo of Luke. And then I threw this deer in here because it just went really cute with it. And then this little fox. And then I put some words here. And then at the bottom I did another scallop that I cut out. And I fussy cut all these trees out. So, there's all my layouts for July, and I'm very pleased with it, even though it don't look like I used hardly any of my supplies. I loved how everything turned out. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and lucky 13 pages this month. And I am very pleased with the outcome of this, and I want everybody, thank you so much for coming and watching my videos and commenting. I really appreciate it. And there is a list below of all the girls that are doing this YouTube hop. And we are going to do another one in August. So I have to be thinking about what I am going to scrap this month. But I had fun, and I want you to thank you so much for coming, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.